Let's talk about boards for just a minute. Although ours may have a lot more exciting bottom prints, they're very similar to the Burton Learn to Ride boards that we have here today in our rental fleet. Let's talk about some of the advantages of the Burton boards. Again, the bottoms may not have as exciting of graphics, but they're the same type of plastic that slides us around on the snow. The important thing, as we all know, is these metal edges. On the Burton Learn to Ride boards, one of the very neat features is when they make the bottom of the board, the edge is at 5 degrees. That makes it a little less likely for them to catch an edge and fall over when they're beginning their riding. The other thing about the Burton Learn to Ride board is that it's a little more flexible than normal boards. This allows our customers a little easier time at trying to turn. This is one of our Burton Riglet boards. It has the Riglet reel at the front that allows us to pull around some of our smallest riders while both feet are strapped in. One of the things you will notice is that this one does not retract fully. If that's the case, you can either wrap it around the spool to keep it from falling into the snow, or if you need to, once the strap is attached, we'll sometimes put it right here behind the ratchet. Let's talk about the board top now. Unlike our boards, when Burton made the Burton Learn to Ride board, they've placed in between the feet an area that acts as a stomp pad. It's already raised and it has a rougher texture so your feet don't slide around. The Burton bindings are color-coded by size. These Burton bindings here, for some of our youngest riders, the high backs flip up just like normal, and the bindings work just like any of our larger ones. You have a ratchet strap with teeth, and then you have the cuff that goes over top of the foot. If you take and press on the ratcheting lever, the tongue comes up, and you can slide it over the tooth part and tighten the board down. If we have our students try that, that gives them the advantage of understanding how it works before we try to put them in the board. If some of your students have come with their own board, please try and make sure we understand how to use their bindings, or if they are in one of our beginner lessons, recommend that they go in and get one of the boards because they are included with the beginner lesson price. To get out of the board, we just lift under the tongue and slide out. Let's take a look at the larger size for just 1 minute. On these, the heel strap is adjustable. So, if we find that it's too big, we can press here on the back of it, and you'll notice there are a couple of little grooves. You can slide it down, and you want to make sure that it clicks in place. The cuff, when over the boot, should be centered on the boot. Also, this is a toe cup. When we're using the toe cup, its feature is to not only pull down, but pull back. So it goes right over the seam of the boot. When we're having our students put their boards on, if we step to the back of the board to help stabilize it, we can step into the binding. Using the ratchet lever, we can tighten it down. At this point, if we recommend to our students to kick into the snow once or twice, we will find we will generally gain 3 to 5 more clicks. Obviously, the tighter that the boot is in the binding, the more reaction they're going to have, and the easier their day will be. Then, we place the toe cup over top of the boot and then below the seam. You'll see it right between the hole. We tighten it down, and that's a start. You'll notice I do have a leash here that I did not attach. We do make sure that they have to attach leashes on each of the boards. If one does not come with your board, make sure that we send the people in to get a leash, because some of our lifts here will require a leash.